Alrighty, so today we're going to cover a kind of depressing but very important topic, um, and that goes by the name of either physician-assisted suicide or physician-assisted death. Yeah. So for those of you who may be unaware or just want clarification to what physician-assisted suicide, or PAS as I'm going to call it, actually is, it is a end-of-life option that allows certain eligible individuals to legally request and obtain medications from their physician to end their life in a peaceful, humane, and dignified manner, according to deathwithdignity.com. Now, just to clarify, this is not euthanization. While PAS is a patient choice and the patient must self-administer the life-ending medication, euthanization is when the physician has to end the life of a person who is comatose or cannot think or act for themselves, and it would be better for them to cease living than it would be to stay in the state that they are. And that comes from the World Federation of Rights to Die Societies. Now, to be eligible for PAS, you have to have a terminal illness that will end your life in 6 months, and you must be of sound mind to even request it. Now, calling it physician-assisted suicide is a little bit incorrect term-wise, because while it is the patient themselves that must administer the life-ending medication, it is more of a hastening of death rather than an untimely one, because they're already terminally ill and they're going to die sooner rather than later. Currently, there are only 5 states in the US that have legalized physician-assisted suicide, and that's Oregon, Washington, Vermont, Montana, and California. In the other 45, it's considered to be illegal, according to procon.org. Now, I honestly think that physician-assisted suicide and to die with dignity, as it's put by many advocates, is a choice that should be made by the patient and their physician. I think it should be legalized for people who are at the end of their life and have nothing but pain and suffering coming for the next 6 months that they have left to live. If the disease and illness cannot be cured, they shouldn't have to suffer and then leave their families and friends their medical bills for a medication that didn't save their life. Now, obviously, the big diseases and illnesses that this sort of legislation would cater to would be diseases like cancer and Lou Gehrig's disease, and diseases where you are going to pass away sooner rather than later. It doesn't matter how much medication you receive and how much help you receive from your doctors, you are going to pass. Now, while that might seem pessimistic and depressing, it's actually a good thing, I think. Rather than having to remember your family member or friend or loved one suffering for the last 6 months of their lives, you can have that image of them being healthy as they pass, and let it be their choice rather than having to suffer the last 6 months of their life in pain and agony from a disease that cannot be cured. It should be their choice, and they should have the ability and right to decide when they should die.